Welcome to another episode of Elevation 740, produced and directed by Jetta Media, hosted by the LC Valley Chamber of Commerce. And my name is Mark Losh, CEO of the LC Valley Chamber of Commerce. And today is a great day because we have one of my most favorite people with me today. Gabby Johnson is an agricultural science and technology teacher and FFA advisor at the Lewiston High School. In the CT program, also, she teaches specialized subjects like welding, crop industry, and animal industry. She helps spearhead the school's new FFA chapter, which is so exciting as a past FFA alumni. 2014 graduate of Bonners Ferry High School, and then U of I with Bachelor's of Science degree in Agriculture Education in 2018, and then completed her Master's of Administration and Leadership in 2025. Gabby, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, because you've been here for about a year or so, and a lot of people may not know who you are yet.
Yeah, we're new to the Valley, but I'm married to a wonderful man. His name is Gabby Johnson, like the movie. And then I have 3 beautiful children, a girl who's 8, a boy who's 4, and then I just had a baby this January, and she's 5 months.
So what brought you here? What made you come to our valley from Bonners and up north and everywhere else?
I wanted something new with the school district up there in Bonners Ferry. They had a reduction in force, which is like where they cut some of their teachers if their levy doesn't pass. And I was unfortunately to get the letter saying, if the levy doesn't pass, we're going to cut your program. And so I started applying for jobs, and I applied to be the principal at Sacagawea Middle School. And Mr. Sperber ran across my application and called me up and said, you need to apply for this job instead of this job. And so I applied for the welding position, and that's where I'm at.
So yes, folks, we have a female in the welding department who does amazing work. By the way, I'm just going to show this off right now. This is a little award that was given to me as part of the steering committee. And these are all made in-house by the students. And it's one of my prized little plaques because it is homemade. So thank you for that. So anyway, okay, so FFA. For those that don't know what it is, which I can't imagine anybody is out there that doesn't, but if they don't, tell us what FFA is as a whole.
So FFA is an intracurricular program. So unlike 4-H or sports, which are extracurricular, so it's tied outside of school hours, FFA is intracurricular. So the students have to be enrolled in an agricultural class to be able to be part of it. And a lot of the education part happens in 3 different sections. So it's in the classroom is one section. FFA, which is the competitive portion, which is another section. And the third section is SAE, which is a supervised agricultural experience. And that's outside of the classroom, outside of school, on their own time. And the students learn about record keeping and how to keep those projects outside of school going. A lot of students do like lawn care or fair animals or anything agricultural related can fall under that category that the students do outside of the classroom.
So we didn't have FFA at Lewiston before because we didn't have an ag class.
That's correct.
And we didn't have an ag class because we didn't have a CT program.
For agriculture.
For agriculture.
Yes.
So you coming helped us get that agriculture class?
That is correct, yes.
So you're responsible for us getting FFA? In a way?
In a way.
You helped?
I helped, yeah. The school district was super supportive of it.
I think the principal talked about the first day. He says, I want FFA here.
Yeah, principal and Sperber.
Yeah, it was a mission. And then parents, we're going to talk more about what FFA is and down, but you got to talk about the parents, because growing up as an FFA kid, I know what my parents went through. So talk about the parents and the commitment.
Commitment as in, money to upfront those projects like I was talking about. There are scholarships and grants that students can apply for to help with that, but parents help with that part, and then parents help getting the students to the bus and making sure they study for their competitions and everything else at home. It's so much time commitment that the parents and the students have to do to be able to get the most out of the program.
So talk about, when I was young in the 70s, FFA was pretty much you had a steer, you had a hog, you had sheep, things like that. But has it expanded so much from there?
So much.
Because I went to your awards banquet and you had 40, how many people were on stage there?
36, I think, were the students that were there.
Okay, going into now next school year, where do you think you're going to be at next year?
I I don't know. I know there's over 150 students that enrolled in Welding 1,
Wow.
and that's just Welding 1, not including 2 or 3, and then that's not including the other ag classes that we have now too. I don't know the numbers on those classes, but every student that is enrolled in either any ag class from welding to animals and crops can be an FFA if they choose to be. All they have to do is just say, "I wanna be an FFA," and then we just hired a second teacher. Her name is Kaylee Brown, but she's
Okay.
getting married, so she'll have a new last name.
Okay. Okay. Talk about the different levels of FFA now, what you can do. I know there's public speaking, I can't name it all. So take some time and break down all the different areas. So a student lives in town, can't have a steer, can't have a hog, can't have an animal. What can they do in FFA to compete?
Oh, anything ag related they can do. There's agronomy, which is the study of plants, and
Hmm.
so the students identify different crops and weeds and seeds. There's ag sales, so students create a presentation about an upcoming product that is out in the market right now, and then they present it to a panel of judges,
Hmm.
and they try to get a commitment from those judges to buy their product.
Okay.
There's employment skills, which is where the students pretty much a job interview,
Okay.
and then they get the best job interview, and then they have to fill out an application and write a letter of interest, and preparing them for that portion of their every job. You have to go through that. There's prepared public speaking, which is where the students write and memorize a 3-minute speech, and then they present it to a judges, and the judges mark them down for how many mistakes they make through their memorization of their speech. There's extemporaneous public speaking, which is where the students go into a room, they draw a topic for a speech out of a hat. They have 2 to 5 minutes to write the speech, study the speech, memorize most of the speech, and write note cards. And then they have to present the speech to judges and then answer questions off after that. And that's all within, 15 minutes or so.
There's the creed.
Yes, the FFA creed,
Tell the story of the creed.
the story.
It's been forever.
Yeah.
And when I was in FFA, every student had to memorize it.
Yes, and we have a class now that we will be able to do that. So the creed is a 5-paragraph creed. A guy named E.M. Tiffany, he sat down one day and he had napkins in front of him, and he just started writing down things on the napkins, and then that eventually turned out to be the FFA creed.
Folks, go look it up. Just Google FFA Creed. And if you put it in YouTube, you're going to see some unbelievable speakers that do that. When I was at the West Plains, we had FFA kids come in, and there was one exercise where there would be a moderator and then 2 or 3 kids on each side. And it was a controversial topic, and one had to be for and one had to be against. And had to be prepared to be on either side. Talk about that exercise.
We don't really do that anymore.
Okay.
We do what's called parliamentary procedure
Okay.
instead. And so the students, we use Robert's Rules of Order for that. And the students get to memorize and then present a topic, and then go through the whole process of voting. And they have to put different motions on the floor and amend the motion and follow all the way through it and end up passing or failing the motion at the end.
Could you teach a class to us adults that have board meetings that don't know the Roberts rules?
Oh, yes.
I mean, couldn't
could.
that be a great experience of having the kids come in and teach your board how to run a meeting?
Absolutely.
So I didn't know they switched. It was a while ago that we did that. Your chapter received some great things its first year.
Yes. I was amazed by the amazing things that the students were able to accomplish without being officially chartered.
So tell us what they did.
So I had many students participate in events, like I said, agronomy and others, without knowing anything about it. There's like, yes, we'll do it. We'll do it. And so we went. We couldn't place, but we went and they got to test it out and see what it was all like.
Mm-hmm.
And then in April, I had a group of students attend state leadership conference down in Twin Falls.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one student, our past president, Lewis Sutton. He placed first in the co-op quiz, and that was the first time the state has offered it, the first time anybody was able to place, and he came in and just killed it. And
First place, first year.
place.
Lewiston FFA.
Brand new chapter, everything.
Wow.
And so I'm like, yes, that's us. We are here to kick butt.
I met him, and he's an amazing young man that's going to have a great career in his life.
Absolutely.
So what else did you guys accomplish?
Then we went to Troy, Idaho, not long after that, and we competed in our district event for agricultural mechanics, and I had a group place first in that.
What's agriculture mechanics?
So they just changed the rules, but you'll have a student compete in MIG welding, a student compete in stick welding, a student compete in TIG welding, and then tool identification. And then those 4 students compete in an electrical event. And so it's a residential electrical. And so they had to wire an electrical box and then outlets and light switches and a light, and hopefully everything worked, and follow a problem solving situation as well for that.
Are all those skills taught at the CTE?
The electrical one's not. And so I had some community support. Mike's Electrical came in and helped us, and he helped train one of those electricians came in and helped train my students, just the basics. I'm like, I just need the basics so they can at least kind of know what they're doing and then figure it out. And they spent about 2 hours doing that and were able to complete and get first.
Is the electrical side something that could be added to CTE, or is that something that just is not put in the high school level?
It can. It absolutely can.
Okay.
And I hope that eventually we'll have enough time in our schedules to be able to add it. Right now, welding is so huge, like the amount of students that want to take it. And I hope that continues. But like I said, we just hired a second teacher, and that's going to cover the crops and the animals. But we still have more that we want to cover. So maybe in 10 years, 5 years, we'll hire another teacher.
Your building is being expanded, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Talk about that.
So they're adding another shop behind. It's a collaborative shop is what it's called. And it's where wood shop and welding are going to work together to create larger projects. And so last year, my welding 3 group made a trailer. And so we're going to do kind of the same thing, but work with wood shop and hopefully have like a mini house or something on the trailer.
Wow.
And so we'll work together to make everything line up and measurements correctly and put that all together. And then there's 4 classrooms.
So the CT program is kind of new to the area. It's been in place how long?
Oh,
I think they just got the new high school just a few years, right?
I think it's only been there for 4 years.
Talk about the impact of what CTE does to a school, the students.
Oh, it gives students the opportunity to be able to work with their hands and use those problem-solving skills that they can't use in a typical classroom, and get them more focused on and learning how to that you don't have to go to college to continue and to be a successful human. You can go to a trade school or electrician school or lineman or something or welding and be able to build off of what your skills are and how you work and how your brain works.
What are all the disciplines that they have up there, if you can name a few of them?
So like for the CT program,
Yeah.
they have precision machinery, hospitality, home health occupations, welding, construction, engineering, auto, tech.
Is there any AI or computer skill?
Yeah, yearbook. I know they have one with Microsoft. A lot of students graduate with their Microsoft credentials and everything.
Okay, yeah.
Sports broadcasting.
Wow. So we're up to 9.
Yeah, and that's just in the CTE.
And if there wasn't a CT program, you wouldn't have them at school.
No.
CT program should be in every school.
Agreed. Yes. And it's getting there.
Clarkston, we need to have a CT program. And they're trying. I know they're trying to do that. How can the community get involved with your FFA for next year? What do we need to know that we need to be watching out for?
Just support us. Know that we're here and support the students. This week we have officer training. And so the new officers are going to get together and start building our fundraising ideas and stuff for this year. And I don't know what exactly that looks like yet.
That's okay.
But once it is, we'll start advertising. And those officers are in need of jackets, or some of them are.
So back up. Jackets, folks, if you haven't seen the jackets, they're cool and they have not changed for years, which is, I love the fact that they're traditional. What's a jacket cost?
About $75, and that includes the tie or the scarf.
So if anybody out there wants to help, I'm sure that we're going to give you information how to reach out to Gabby at the end of the FFA program. They don't mind taking donations to help with jackets, because some of these kids, they just can't get a jacket. They can't afford it. I know that when we were on the steering committee, we had our first meeting right there. 6 jackets done.
Yep.
So when you went back to get, not ratified, your chapter, give me the right term, chartered, you had jackets already,
Yes.
which was important to us in the steering committee. You have 1 year under your belt with FFA here in the CT program. You have a community that's behind you.
Yes.
What else do we need to know what's going on up at your school? What are the things that maybe I didn't bring up? Because I had a few questions for you, but I haven't been in FFA since 1979 age. So
a few years ago.
So what are some things that we can do as a community to help you, other than help with jackets, sponsorship? What else do you need?
We're starting an alumni and supporters chapter. And with that chapter is where all the adults are able to help support the students. And so that chapter, my goal is to get enough funds through the alumni and supporters to get a group of students to go to nationals in the year 2028.
So the alumni go to nationals?
No, the
Students go to nationals. Do you have to earn a place at nationals, or you just get to go?
You can just go.
Just go to experience it.
Yes.
And that's the annual national convention.
Yes.
So I wonder how many FFA alumni there are in this valley.
In the valley, I don't know, but you don't have to be an alumni to be part of the alumni and supporters.
You don't?
No. You can be anybody that just wants to support the FFA chapter.
So attention community, if you want to be involved in the FFA, you don't have to be alumni. I will be involved, but this is how you can best support. Going to nationals is like going to the World Series in baseball. We have to find a way to make that happen. So we're going to give you information on how to reach Gabby at the end of this. I want to see if I missed anything on my notes here.
Nationals is held in Indianapolis, Indiana, and it's at the Colts Stadium, and it is filled with Blue Jackets.
How many kids will be there, do you think?
Over 25,000.
25,000.
Yes.
How many chapters do you have in our region here? You have one here, Clarkston, Asotin,
Yes.
which has done great things for many, many years.
Absolutely.
Which helps brand FFA in our region. Then probably Moscow, probably Pullman.
Yes.
Probably a lot.
Troy, Genesee, Highland, Craigmont, Nez Perce, Kendrick. Then you go up farther north. You have Potlatch. You have Harrison.
I want to go back to your officers. Tell them what each officer role is and what they do. Because when I went to your event, you had everybody staged. They called it off just like a meeting. It was cool. So tell us what the officers' positions are and what their duties are.
So I'll start with the Sentinel. The Sentinel is stationed by the door, and the Sentinel welcomes everybody into the meeting and makes sure the room's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the treasurer, which, like most treasurers, keep track of financial responsibility and what our funds are in the bank account. Then you have the secretary, which takes notes and keeps track of notes throughout meetings and what is decided, because everything has to be decided on by a quorum, like Robert's Rules of Order.
Yes.
And then you have your reporter, which is the person that does like this. And she runs our Instagram account, our TikTok account, our Facebook account, just keeps the public in the know of what we are doing. And then we have our vice president, which runs meetings outside of the absence of our president. And the president is stationed underneath the rising sun for a new era in agriculture. And the vice president was by the plow. I missed the secretary was by the year corn, which is corn is the only commodity grown in all 50 states.
Okay.
And so that's why it's by the corn. The treasurer, emblem of Washington, and reporter by the flag.
It's very cool. Your first year to get your first set of officers can be kind of scary.
It wasn't. It was so easy. The students wanted it. They wanted to be a part of it. And so they just jumped in.
Can you name your outgoing? Can you name your officers from last year?
Yeah.
Let's give them a shout out.
So our president was Lewis Sutton. Our vice president was Olivia Brinkley. Our secretary was Kylie Scott. Our treasurer was Jackson Armitage. Our reporter was Laura Schwartz. And our sentinel was Lainey Nilsson.
Was your president the only senior?
Yes.
Folks, he was a senior, knowing he was only going to do it 1 year, and took on the responsibility of president. It tells you how great of a young man he is. Now, your officers for this next year are some of your same officers doing different things. So who's your officers going into 26-27?
Our president is Olivia Brinkley. She'll
Mhm.
be a senior. Our vice president is Danica Lookabill. She'll also be a senior. Our secretary is Kylie Scott. She'll be a junior. Our treasurer is Jackson Armitage. He'll be a sophomore. Our reporter is Sophie Brinkley
Mhm.
and Sophia Brinkley,
Mhm.
and she'll be a sophomore. And then our sentinel is Katie Smith, and she'll be a senior.
You have built a great program in basically, what, 14 months, 15 months?
It was quick, yes. And in the middle of that was my maternity leave.
Yes, that's right. I'm excited to be part of it. Thank you for allowing me to be part of it. You have this chamber's support, and you always will.
Well, thank you for your support.
Anything else that we want to talk about?
No, just make sure your students are enrolled in the ag classes so
There
they
we
can
go.
be a part of it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Folks, that concludes another episode of Elevation 740. Please stay tuned for another episode coming to you soon. Thank you.